Hospital got an early treat on this Halloween night. Batman and Spider-Man came to the rescue of kids at the Ventura County Medical Center. They rappelled down the wall to the delight of the children, parents, and staff. When they were done, they came back down to earth to take photos and hand out gifts. And that actually wasn't Bruce Wayne or Peter Parker, but actually volunteers from the Ventura County Fire Department's Urban Search and Rescue Team. Our firefighters are our real-life heroes. And that is tonight's CBS Evening News. I'm Nora O'Donnell. Good night.
Edmonton, thank you for watching WNKY CBS 40.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us here for News 40 at 6. I'm Noah Fairber.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome to the final day of October, Halloween.
It is indeed Halloween, Chris. I'm really excited, but it's going to be cold out there.
It is cold, and it's been chilly all day, and it's going to get colder tonight, just kind of like it did last night. 4-hour clouds and radar showing some cloud cover pushing through the area, but this is with a weak frontal boundary. And off to the north and east, yes, that is a little bit of snow flurry activity going on toward Lexington, but none of that coming down this way. This is all very fast moving, and it'll be out of here shortly. Temperatures are in the 40s, but a bit of a wind here out of the northwest at, say, 15 to 20 to 25 miles per hour. Makes it feel like the wind chills are in the 20s, maybe even the teens in some cases. Tonight, another cold one with a hard freeze, breezy with a low of 25. A warm up is coming. A look at your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Noah?
Thank you, Chris. While it may be a chilly night tonight, many are still out there trick-or-treating, especially at a famed location here in Bowling Green. That's where News 40's Michael Ridgway is braving the elements tonight to bring us a live look from Pumpkin Alley. Michael, how's the crowd looking out there?
Yeah, so we're down here on Pumpkin Alley. It's the Briarwood Manor neighborhood in Bowling Green, and the wind is absolutely bone-chilling. I've lost feeling in my toes, guys, but nothing really matters because the kids are having fun, right? So it's a great Halloween night. There's a lot of spooky music going on, and I actually have a special guest with me. You might recognize him, but this is Ben Martin, and I would assume that you've been here since the inception of Pumpkin Alley, right?
Close. We moved in about a couple of years after it started. We've been here since 2008 and actually bought the house from the folks that started it. So we knew when we moved into the house what we had coming for us. So we get prepared every year a little early. So.
Okay, cool. So on average, how much would you say you guys maybe spend on candy?
Probably $300 to $400. In all honesty. But I spread it out. I'll start buying candy in August when Sam's puts it on sale, and pretty much every time we go by the store, we get a bag. So it doesn't hit me at all until I get the night of, and I start pulling it all out and realize, yeah, I spent about $300 or $400 on this.
So how does this year compare to last year? Because last year was kind of warm, right?
Yeah, last year was a little warmer. Last year was a little bit more, but it'll pick up. It's starting to, it starts trickling in at the beginning, and then by 6 or 7 it's getting crazy out here. But it's a little slower this year because of the cold, but I think that's the only reason it's a little slower.
And so what time are you guys going to be shutting down?
They usually shut it down about 7 o'clock. So we run from about 4 till about 7, or until families start giving out, quit giving out candy. But usually they come and pick up the barricades about 7 so traffic can get back on the road. So.
Gotcha. Okay, well, guys, you heard it right here. You got a little bit more time to come out to Pumpkin Alley if you still want to get some candy. But for right now, Noah, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Michael, make sure to stay warm out there tonight. Speaking of the cold, even though they have fur, pets can get cold too. That's why the Butler County Animal Shelter put out a post today advising animal owners to look out for their dogs and cats as we face colder days. A shelter worker we spoke to said straw is the way to go for outside animals with no blankets. Salt used to melt ice and snow can burn your pet's paws, so be sure to wash them after a walk. And just breaking the wind by doing things like putting up tarps. And don't be afraid to put a coat on your dog if they happen to have shorter hair.
That's really important. You know, they can get frostbite just like us. They can, get hypothermia and things like that. So it's really important to monitor your pet, especially if they are living outside.
She also says that if you're concerned about your animal's exposure to the cold, have a vet check them as soon as possible. According to her, it's hard for animals to come back from frigid temperatures at times. Well, we officially have a highest bidder for Bowling Green's famous murder mansion, and the timing on Halloween, well, it couldn't be better. The multi-story home that sits off Cemetery Road in Bowling Green sold for $1.17 million at auction. The home got its name after a brutal double murder 70 years ago, and the spine-tingling stories of Murder Mansion have been the focus of local haunted walking tours and a book by local author Wes Swiatek. Switching gears now, a Bowling Green man will soon learn how much time he'll spend behind bars after a 2021 murder that he pled guilty to. According to court documents, Dedrick J. Anderson pleaded guilty to the shooting death of 23-year-old Tavion Bibb. Officials say Anderson entered his plea during a jury trial on Monday. Bowling Green police say that Anderson shot Bibb multiple times outside of Three Brothers Bar on Main Street on January 10th, 2021. Bibb was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Anderson is due back in court for sentencing on December 12th. Moving to Allen County now, where we know the names of the two people who died this morning on Veterans Memorial Highway in Allen County. Kentucky State Police say they got a call around 5 this morning to investigate a deadly collision in the 5500 block of Veterans Memorial. KSP says after their investigation, they determined that 53-year-old Jose Alfaro and his wife, 49-year-old Anna Alfaro, both of Bowling Green, were driving southbound when they hit a deer. They both got out of the vehicle and were standing in the road when Javier Portillo of Bowling Green hit their vehicle and the couple. Both Jose and Anna Alfaro were pronounced dead at the scene. Well, for some in our community, getting to the polls, even with open polling places, may be a challenge. This year, though, GoBG and the historic Rail Park are both offering low or no-cost transit on Election Day. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey took a ride today to learn more.
For some without a car, it is difficult to cast their vote, but GoBG and the Bowling Green Trolley are trying to help with that. GoBG is an affordable option that drops off at or near some polling locations, and the trolley will be going directly to some polling locations.
We have 5 routes that run 12 hours from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., so they're running the whole time that the polling locations are open. We have routes that take you all over the community, so depending on where you live and what's the closest polling location, you can go to the website, find the map. You can actually go use the Move It feature on the website, and you can put in your location and where you need to go, and it'll tell you the most efficient way to get there.
The low-cost service is much more than just a way to get to the polls, but on Election Day, it lends itself to saving money on gas and being able to cast your vote in the general election.
We're working to educate the public. That is probably our biggest challenge, is educating the public on that transit exists in Bowling Green, and for $2, it will take you anywhere.
The private trolley service from the historic rail park is free and gives riders a direct line to a polling place and a ride back.
On November 7th, the trolley will operate as a hop-on, hop-off option for people to get to the polls and vote. And so we actually have 6 stops that we'll be making that day. We're going to run from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We've got 4 spots where we're picking up, and then 2 spots that are actually voting locations where we will drop people off.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
Thank you, Tucker. Well, daylight saving is impacting all of us this weekend, and getting enough sleep makes a difference in everyone's day. News 40 reporter Carlisle Coppins joins us in studio tonight to tell us more. Carlisle?
Yes, Noah. Over 50 years ago, the average amount of sleep for people was 9 hours. Now the average amount for people is between 6 and 7 hours. With daylight saving around the corner, there's a few things you may need to know. Take a look. Times are changing, literally. And with daylight saving, this could impact how we function throughout our daily lives.
If our job was to turn the lights on and off in Mammoth Cave, every night we turn the lights off a little later, and every morning we turn the lights on a little later. Our brain clock is longer than 24 hours.
Changing the time can be exhausting, and a few people want to stay in one standard time all the time. There's even an act that has been signed by the state of Kentucky that can make this happen.
The Sunshine Act was designed to actually make it so that we stay on one time all the time. When it is in effect officially as law, then Kentucky goes along with it. but we're not there yet. So we're still going to have to fall back, and we're still going to have to spring forward until that law goes into effect.
Since the act has not been passed, daylight saving is a go. You may think you can use this extra hour as an excuse to stay up later, but you really shouldn't.
Depression is clearly linked to not enough sleep. Weight control is clearly linked to not enough sleep. If we're not sleeping enough, we have to have more energy. We need to eat more. Even if we're not expending all that energy, makes us gain weight. Lots of problems occur when people don't sleep enough. So I would encourage all of us to try and get 8 hours of sleep every night.
Although it's easier to stay up later, not enough sleep is not good for anyone. It can affect all ages, especially children. People need to be sleeping at least 8.5 to 9 hours.
Good rest means better athletic performance and better academic performance. It's a key to success in life.
There are several steps you can take to ensure that you're getting enough sleep. For more tips as the time change, visit WNKY.com later tonight. Noah?
All right, Carlisle, thank you. Well, still to come on News 40 at 6, as the Israel-Hamas war continues, some senators are calling for more money to support both Israel and Ukraine. The latest details from Capitol Hill in just a bit, but first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is in after the break with a full look at our chilly Halloween forecast as you're taking a look live at Pumpkin Alley. He'll have us more next.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
What would Daniel Cameron's Medicaid plan mean for my patients?
He's threatening to take away health care coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians.
It's very scary that people are not going to have health coverage.
People will not be able to see their doctors. People will not be able to buy medicines.
Many rural hospitals will end up closing their doors.
Cameron is still following his pal, Matt Bevin.
I don't know why you do that.
I don't think Daniel Cameron understands what Kentuckians are going through.
And that is not acceptable for a governor.
Superior dentistry comes standard at Chandler Park Dental Care. We're dedicated to providing you and your family with the highest standard of care. Give us a call to set up an appointment today and experience superior dentistry at Chandler Park Dental Care.
There's nothing quite as cozy and comfortable as a recliner from Ford's, like this power recliner in top green leather with cup holders, phone charger, and lumbar support for only $8.99. Or this leather swivel glider for only $6.99. Now at Ford's Furniture.
As Kentucky families struggled, Joe Biden brags.
Bidenomics is working.
Andy Beshear agrees. Beshear backed Biden's disastrous economic policies. Now he's endorsing Biden for re-election.
This president delivered.
For Andy Beshear, he did, giving $250,000 to fund his agenda.
I want to thank the president.
Beshear's with Biden. Trump backs Daniel Cameron. If you stand with Trump, vote Cameron for governor. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
My opponent's campaign is built on attacks and lies. But you know me, and you know it isn't true. We've been through a lot together, and now we're building the Commonwealth we've always dreamed of. We're a leader in economic growth, tens of thousands of new jobs, our lowest unemployment rate ever, delivering on major infrastructure projects and bringing high-speed internet everywhere. We're building a bright future here for all of our families.
For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more staff, more lawyers, and recovering more than $15 billion. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
Summer skies, they warm up everything.
So much Christmas the way Santa does.
Welcome back to News 40 at 6. I'm joined at the desk by Weather Chief Chris Allen for a full look at our forecast. Chris, Michael said it best out there. It's bone chilling tonight.
He said he couldn't feel his feet. We need to get him inside and get him next to a heater, pronto. Because, no, really, seriously, it's when you combine the air temperature with the winds that are blowing out there right now, it makes it feel a lot colder, and you'll see coming up here in just a second. Let's show you the morning lows to start with, because this kind of tells the story for the entire day. We started out with the first hard freeze of the season this morning, as lows were in the 20s everywhere. Now, even that 31 that's showing up in Bowling Green, that's the unofficial low temperature for this morning. But most everybody started out in the mid to upper 20s, below freezing. And once you hit 28 or colder, that's considered a hard freeze. And that's certainly where we started this morning. So now no more freeze warnings, even though we're going to have a hard freeze again tonight. The Weather Service does it once per season, and then it's over with, because it usually kills all the vegetation that is around. Temperature right now in the 40s. We're at 45 here, but 40s all the way around. But you throw in the winds here from the north and west, 15 to 20 to 22, 23 miles per hour. And this is the resulting feels like temperature. And it may seem a little bit warm, but once you hit these 30s and even mid 30s at the moment, these are going to fall into the 20s and teens this evening, as that brisk northwest wind is going to continue. So no wonder your extremities are going to start to feel the coldest, especially if you're out trick-or-treating at this hour. And even for the next few hours, you've got to contend with those feels like temperatures that are going to be even colder. 45 right now at the Bowling Green Airport. We're getting the winds out of the northwest at 13, and that makes it feel even colder. Humidity is down to 49%. The dew point only 27, an indication that it is going to be another chilly, frosty evening. Here's a weak boundary that is passing through the area right now. In fact, it's just to the east of Bowling Green. It has produced a few clouds, but no precipitation, which is a good thing. North of us, up around the Lexington area, as you saw on radar earlier, and they did see a few flurries, and still seeing some of those along with some sprinkles. They're kind of right on the border between freezing and being warm enough to keep it liquid precipitation. All we're going to get out of this is those breezes that we're getting right now. A few scattered clouds this evening. Tomorrow, we're still going to see some east to from the northwest blowing to the east winds, and sometimes those may be a bit breezy. But it's not until Thursday that we start to get a more southerly flow on the backside of that high, and that is naturally going to warm us up toward the middle and end of the week. But tonight, 25, breezy with another hard freeze, a north wind at 12, and then tomorrow we're only going to make it up into the upper 40s, but mid 50s on Thursday. How about 60s and even a few 70s for the weekend? Next chance of rain coming Monday night into Tuesday, and then it's going to cool down once again. And here's what's coming up tonight on CBS 40.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Kentucky's Attorney General should protect our kids. But as a prosecutor, Russell Coleman gave sweetheart plea deals to dangerous sex offenders. One criminal Coleman faced sexually abused an unconscious child, created child pornography, and got a plea deal for less than the minimum sentence. In case after case, judges overruled Coleman's deals as too soft on predators. Stop Coleman. Protect Kentucky's kids.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Celebrate the winning season all November long at the Mint Gaming Hall at Bowling Green, featuring an elevated gaming experience with the newest games, sophisticated bars, delicious eats, entertainment, and more. Win up to $2,000 in cash, gift cards, and more in our holiday drawings Wednesday, November 22nd through Saturday, the 25th. Drawings at 5, 7, and 9 p.m. Stop in and win this holiday season at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Winning just got closer.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable year-round with exclusive Energy Smart technology. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com. Because life is too precious to be put on hold.
Dog Stay Out is South Central Kentucky's 5-paw rated dog resort. Whether for the day or a whole vacation, Dog Stay Out will keep your pets safe and loved. Dog Stay Out offers boarding, daycare, agility courses, positive reinforcement training, grooming, and more. With multiple packages to choose from, pamper your pup any way you see fit. Find out more at dgokY.com. Your dog's home away from home. Dog Stay Out.
The Biden administration has proposed a new rule aimed at making it easier for Americans to save for retirement and avoid junk fees. The rule would require financial professionals who sell retirement investments and advice to only do so in the best interest of their clients, not their own. Congress and federal regulators already have best interest rules in place to protect investors, but those rules don't cover all types of investment products and retirement savings transactions that retirement investors may be sold. Former U.S. Treasury Secretary Jack Lew is taking on a new role. On Tuesday, the Senate confirmed him as the new U.S. ambassador to Israel. The Senate confirmed the 68-year-old Lew despite strong objections from Republicans. GOP members criticized the choice because of Lew's involvement with the Iran nuclear deal during the Obama administration. Ahead of Tuesday's confirmation vote, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer endorsed Lew, saying it was important to fill the vacancy amid the current conflict in Gaza between Israel and Hamas. Schumer said Lew has a proven record as a public servant and is a, quote, ferocious ally of Israel. Senators called for top Biden administration officials to testify about the need for more money to support Ukraine and Israel. They say without more money, America's enemies will win and more lives will be lost. Skylar Henry has more details from Capitol Hill.
Anti-war protesters repeatedly interrupted a Senate hearing as Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin urged lawmakers to pass a bill to help American allies currently at war.
In both Israel and Ukraine, democracies are fighting ruthless foes who are out to annihilate them. We will not let Hamas or Putin win.
President Biden is asking for a $105 billion measure that ties in aid to Israel, Ukraine, Taiwan, and border security in one package.
We now stand at a moment where many are again making the bet that we're too divided, we're too distracted at home to stay the course. That's what's at stake with President Biden's national security supplemental funding request.
There is a growing group of House Republicans opposed to more aid for Ukraine, so new House Speaker Mike Johnson is planning a separate vote on Israel aid, which his conference does support, and he wants to pay for it with cuts to the IRS.
Any kind of new spending should be offset by taking the money elsewhere in the budget, and that's what Speaker Johnson's doing. This is the conservative position.
But that is setting up a big fight between the House and the Senate.
The House is debating a measure that they know is dead on arrival in the United States Senate.
Democratic and Republican leaders in the Senate want to keep all of the elements together.
It would be a huge mistake to separate this package, and we've got to have strong border provisions. So I will not support separation of the package.
The House could vote on the standalone Israel aid package as soon as Thursday. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Still to come, News 40's Maxwell Trink is in the studio with a look at your sports. We'll be right back.
Are your basement walls bowing or cracked? USS is here to help. Cracks along your basement wall are telltale signs moisture is collecting in the soil against your foundation, causing the weakest point of your wall to bow. USS has the support you need with our innovative Invisibeam. It's the strongest carbon fiber strap on the market and the only one ICC certified with a lifetime warranty. Visit uss-ky.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas, my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
At Horizon Pace, I have one doctor, not 4 or 5. And if I need to talk to that doctor and he's not with another patient, he'll come and talk to me. Everything's going real good. I come off of about 19 pills down to 7 now, and I love it. I wouldn't do without it right now.
Horizon Pace is the face of your healthcare. Contact us for more information.
Daniel Cameron says it's
one of the first things I will do as governor.
Bringing back former Governor Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, threatening to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians, punishing working parents, putting rural hospitals in danger of shutting down.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely.
Denying people coverage, devastating rural health care.
Something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely.
Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
Congratulations! You got the best. Hey, let's do this! Waco! $51,000 in cash!
What a day. The Price is Right. Weekdays on CBS 40.
The Price is Right!
My opponent's campaign is built on attacks and lies. But you know me, and you know it isn't true. We've been through a lot together. And now, we're building the Commonwealth we've always dreamed of. We're a leader in economic growth, tens of thousands of new jobs, our lowest unemployment rate ever, delivering on major infrastructure projects and bringing high-speed internet everywhere. We're building a bright future here for all of our families.
Welcome into sports. WKU soccer team earned a handful of honors today ahead of postseason play. Conference USA releases all conference teams and all freshman teams, of which 5 tops were included. Katie Irwin was named to the CUSA first team. Maddie Davis was second team. Amber Barnett and Sydney Ernst were named to the third team. And Rebecca Roth was named to the all-freshman team. The tops will begin CUSA play in the tournament on Wednesday at La Tech. Staying on the hill, WKU Lady Toppers are set to kick off the 2023 season tonight. The Lady Toppers will welcome Lane College for a spooky exhibition matchup inside of Diddle Arena. WKU is coming off a Conference USA runner-up finish last season. Head coach Greg Collins is excited about this special Halloween event in Diddle.
And we're going to have trick-or-treat. We're going to have all the fraternities and sororities in Diddle. All the other sports teams are going to set up in Diddle. And so you can come trick-or-treat with your kids in Diddle and then come to ball game. And I have a lot of people that are excited about that. So yes, I feel that excitement.
Well, Louisville Cardinals men's basketball team fell in an exhibition match against Kentucky Wesleyan last night. With the game tied up at the half at 26, the Panthers took down Kenny Payne's squad in the Yum Center after outscoring the Cards 45-42 in the second half. The Cards will face UMBC to open up their season on November 6th, while the Panthers will open on the road against the WKU Hilltoppers here in Diddle Arena. Staying in Cards Nation, Louisville football team is gearing up for another ACC matchup this weekend after shutting out Duke. The Cards are now set to host the Virginia Tech Hokies. The Hokies are currently 4-4 on the season and are current winners of 2 straight. Here were head coach Jeff Brom's thoughts on a key thing to keep helping the team get to the next level.
We have to
once again, figure out ways to make them do things that maybe they don't do as much. And I think we've had success with Notre Dame and Duke in getting a lead and making them throw the ball more than they wanted. That's not always going to happen. So you can make that your formula, but it doesn't always happen. So you have to be able to adjust and find ways to play when you're down, but also execute the desired plan that we're trying to get.
Well, Tennessee Titans are gearing up for a Thursday night matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers at Acrisure Stadium. The Titans are coming off a victory over the Falcons in the debut game of quarterback Will Levis, in which he threw for 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. Ahead of the Week 9 contest, head coach Mike Vrabel discussed the quarterback situation.
You know, I think we probably would say that if Ryan can't go, I mean, we'll move forward with Will, and then we'll see, where Ryan is. Again, it is a short week, but also we'll have to, see who is available to us at every position.
And Nashville Predators are back on the ice tonight. They're taking on the Vancouver Canucks. The Preds won over the weekend against the Maple Leafs. Tonight's match is set to begin at 9 p.m. So a late one. Don't get to have you up on the desk a lot, Noah, but I know you're a big Titans fan. You're probably going to be watching that game on Thursday.
Oh, definitely. I'm also a big Predators fan, and we may not be in Vancouver, but it's going to be bone-chilling weather tonight, Chris.
Icy, for sure, yes. 25, breezy tonight with another hard freeze, and those wind chills are going to make it feel like it's in the teens later tonight and early tomorrow morning.
All right, Chris. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you later tonight for News 40 at 10.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Now, well, welcome to Family Feud, everybody. I'm your man, Steve Harvey. Well, we got a good one for you today, returning for their 4th day. They got a total of $40,995 from the world-famous Ida Bell, Oklahoma. It's the champ. It's the Russell family. From San Antonio, Texas, is the Diaz family.